Welcome to Microsoft Word 2013. We're going to be exploring the Word window. But let's first open this new blank document so that we can look at the elements in this Word window. Now, what makes Word 2013 a useful tool is for the creation of documents. Any kind of document you can think of, that's what we're going to create using this software. But what of the window itself? When you first open Microsoft Word, and remember Word is a word processing software, you are able to get a couple of things done in this software. So, the Word window has a couple of elements in it, and let's explore them first. The ribbon, which is this area here, contains what are called tabs, and within the tabs there are groups, and in each group there are commands. Also, you will notice that the view that you are getting, or you're looking at, is called the document window, and it's the print layout view. It looks like a mock sheet of paper. The other thing you should notice is this area here is called the quick access toolbar, and you find things like save and undo and redo. I happen to have print preview here. Now, here are some features that you should see. You type a word here. Now, when using Microsoft Word, you might find that there are some errors that might show up in your document. For example, this word view is flagged with a blue wavy underline. Sometimes you see a green one, sometimes you see a red one. What is the difference between the three? Now, the blue wavy underline usually indicates some kind of contextual spelling error, like misuse of homophones. The red wavy underline is usually something that's misspelled, or it just does not appear in the Microsoft Word dictionary. And the green ones are grammatical errors. Now, the other reason why I typed the word view here is to show you something they call live preview. Now, I'm simply going to head to the styles gallery, and live preview is an option that's in a gallery, and a gallery is a selection of items that may be laid out in a grid or in a list. And I can simply point to the item just to see how it will look in my document. That's live preview. Another thing you'll notice is something called a mini toolbar. I'm going to highlight the word view, and here's this mini toolbar. Sometimes you will get a shortcut menu with that mini toolbar, and you get that by right-clicking. Now, pertaining to that spelling and grammar. Now, I have this error, I haven't fixed it yet in my document, and if I look down here, this area here is called the status bar. And that status bar shows things like how many pages I've got, how many words I've got. But here, spelling and grammar check icon, this is what this is. And it tells me that I have some errors in my document. And I can click it so that it opens the spelling and grammar checker to fix the item for me. Let's move on to something else. Now, these groups that you're seeing, some of them have something that's called a dialog box launcher. And for example, this is the dialog box launcher for the font group, which opens a window with some additional options. So obviously they couldn't put all of the commands on the ribbon. So those that are hidden, those hidden commands are found in the dialog box launcher. Also, sometimes these dialog box launchers don't necessarily open windows, but they open task panes. And here's a task pane. I'm going to open the clipboard group, and a task pane is the separate window that opens, usually sometimes on the left, and some appear on the right. And of course, your document window still remains open while these task panes are visible. So I'm going to close the task pane. Now, here's something about those tabs that you saw earlier. There's insert, there's design, all the way down to view. Sometimes there are some task panes, there are some tabs that show up only while you're working on certain items. For example, if I insert a table, that's on the Insert tab, I get some additional tabs. They're called tool tabs or contextual tabs, and only while working on the table do they show up. Once I stop working on those, they simply disappear. But once I work on the table, those tabs are going to show up. So tool tabs or contextual tabs, that's what they call them. So I'm going to delete the tables because I'm not really using it. Okay, here's something else you should learn about Microsoft Word, and that is that you may find it useful to know that you don't have to have your mouse working all the time. Maybe your mouse is malfunctioned and you still need to type up a document. This allows you to use your software without the use of the mouse. And this is by pressing the Alt key on your keyboard, that's Alt, and it brings up what's called a key tip. Plus a key tip. And if I wanted to get to the Review tab, I'd press the letter R. If I wanted to get to Spelling and Grammar, I'd press the letter S. So that's a key tip. Here's something else. You are able to view more of your document if you use your scroll bars. It's usually the vertical scroll bar that's on your right, but sometimes there is a horizontal scroll bar that shows up at the bottom of your screen. And this one, if I zoom my document in, I more than likely will get that other toolbar, that other scroll bar, sorry, at the bottom of the screen. And finally, in addition to the use of the scroll bar, that zooming that I did, there's a short way to get it done. You can hold the Control key in the keyboard and scroll your finger against the mouse button, the scroll button on your mouse, and that should do the trick.